In this culminating experience, students report out about their Energy Tracker action plan. Remember how they designed an action plan to save energy, and they've been working on implementing it throughout the whole unit. Now we'll find out if it actually worked. You'll want to look at the PDF Culminating Experience Teacher Guide. It's in Lesson 2.29, and it's an online-only exclusive. It's not in the printed teacher guide. We'll walk you through some of the key parts of it right now. First, it's got thought starters. If your students are struggling with ideas for extending and improving their action plans, which is one of the things they'll need to do. It has example student work, which in this case is examples of each slide of that final presentation. And it has our detailed rubric with categories for each of the 3 NGSS dimensions. Here's how it looks day by day. At the beginning of Lesson 29, students revisit the roadmap. Can they describe how each of the section of lessons that we've done ties back to the 3 energy subsystems in this group: energy generation, home design, and home energy usage? And of course, the culminating experience returns our focus here to energy usage. Students need to access the online Energy Tracker app and enter their home energy data for the conservation period. That's everything since they started their action plan. Students then analyze their home energy data for the conservation period, both with their personal home energy data and also the class average. There's a worksheet to make sure that there's a place for them to record all their findings and help scaffold their analysis. We really want to make sure students look for evidence of cause and effect relationships between the actions that they took and the amount of energy that they ended up using. In Lesson 30, we really want to address the question, how can we save even more? Now, students are going to review the engineering design cycle again and note the importance of Stage 2, brainstorm solutions. We have a short presentation that highlights some of the rules of thumb for successful brainstorming sessions. Then they're going to go ahead and start brainstorming. How can you further reduce your energy usage at home? They'll brainstorm in teams and then discuss the best ideas as a class. Although there isn't going to be time for students to actually implement their ideas, they will use them for their final presentations. In Lesson 31, students continue to work in teams, comparing and analyzing the performance of their action plan designs. They're going to reflect on 2 types of design solutions: one-time actions, like switching to LED light bulbs, versus behavioral changes, such as being sure everyone turns off the lights and appliances when not in use. Which types of changes did they make, and which seemed to make the biggest difference? A worksheet's going to scaffold their reflection on the whole experience. In the next lesson, students once again review the unit roadmap and reflect on the benefits of a zero-energy home. How does their action plan relate to each of the subsystems in the roadmap? We look over the information sheet that outlines the required components and the rubric for their final presentation. Some highlights are shown right here. And then they have the rest of today and all day tomorrow to work on their presentations. On day 34, they actually present, and you as the teacher can use the rubric to score them. On day 35, students take the final assessment covering the core ideas in Unit 2, including kinetic energy, temperature, thermal mass, and passive solar design. If there's time and you are interested, students can grade the assessment together as a class and reinforce some of the learning. But it's most important to finish with students reflecting on their experiences in the unit, and the unit roadmap can help guide that. Well, after learning about making our indoor climates more comfortable, it's time to learn about what controls the weather and climate on the planet as a whole. So next up, Unit 3.